Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Aquí Alba Mar, me pueden decir Alba. El canal se llama Seriela y estamos aquí para hablar de libros, algunos de ellos en español desde Puerto Rico. Hi, my name is Alba Mar, you may call me Alba. The channel name is Seriela and we're here to talk about books and some of them in Spanish from Puerto Rico. It's very early in the morning. I am going to put on my timer and try to make this as fast as possible because it's going to be another busy day. First, a quick update about the reading. The reading was going very well all Puerto Rico all month. You know that we have a buddy read about When I Was Puerto Rican by Esmeralda Santiago, and I'm reading this in Spanish while my buddies are reading it in the original English version, and we're having a lot of fun. I was keeping up with my reading very well, despite the fact that I was working with my daughter in San Juan, as a matter of fact. But I would get up every morning early and catch up on all my reading. I took my books with me, even in Kindle form. So I was keeping up until something happened, which we'll talk about later. I don't think I'll be able to do Caída because of recent situations in the country, but I hope to get to it soon. I found my Terrazo book. Yeah, I'm so happy to have found it finally. So I'll be reading some stories of Alvarado Diaz Alfaro later on. I did start my reading and started organizing my reading for Truman and Puerto Rico, The Origins of a Failed Decolonization Project by Ángel Collado Schwartz. It begins with the antecedents, the preceding years before the Cold War. And it's laying out all the historical context worldwide, internationally. And it's always very important to take into account. But this book I was not going to take with me to work when I was in the hotel with my daughter, who was giving a workshop. This wasn't going with me, so I haven't done much progress, but I hope to do so for the rest of the month. I did take La Deuda Odiosa y la Descolonización de Puerto Rico, The Odious Debt, and made quite a dent in it. What I noticed was that the author, José Nicolás Medina Fuentes, what he did was compile a series of lectures and articles that he's written since 2015, since people started talking about our economic situation here in the colony. So it's a little bit repetitive, but that helps. It helps me because with each repetition, I understand a little bit more about how we got into this situation, what the odious debt means, and how the author thinks that we should grapple with the situation. So I hope to get finished with this before the end of the month. For Jason at Old Blues channel, Old Blues Chapter and Verses project on death, I'm reading José Saramago's La Intermitencias de la Muerte. I keep forgetting the name in English. What a wonderful, wonderful, what a wonderful premise for a story. People wake up in this, I think it's a mid-sized city, town, where no one dies. No one has died for over 24 hours, which is a surprise to everyone. And as time goes on, they start realizing, hey, nobody's dying. And what mayhem ensues. I had no idea this was going to be such black humor. I am loving it. And I made a little dent in it, but then things happened and I couldn't proceed. So I think that's, and then I started reading Cuando era puertorriqueña, when I was Puerto Rican, in the English version. I have it in the English version on my Kindle so that I could compare and contrast with my buddy readers. So anyway, what I wanted to tell you about what's been happening in Puerto Rico, which I know you're dying to find out, aren't you? Yeah. Finally, the straw broke the camel's back. When my daughter and I arrived at the beginning of the second week of July to Santurce, which is in the metropolitan area of San Juan, things were normal, normal for a colony, and we started working right away. We even got a chance to take the workshop presenter around Viejo San Juan, and we got to see the tourist sites, take her around, show her what Viejo San Juan, old San Juan, looked like, took her to the old Spanish forts, took her to see Fortaleza, which is where the governor resides, and took her to see the municipal offices, La Alcaldía of San Juan, which is in a plaza close by. Everything was fine. By the end of the week, a scandal had broken out. There was a leak. Someone leaked over 800 pages, almost 900 pages of a supposedly private and closed group within the governor's select group. And all hell broke loose. Finally. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. And in those tweets and in those chats, we all got to see what the colonial administrators really, really think about us, about their own countrymen. Yeah. My interpretation is, in case you want to know, my interpretation of this is that as a country, as a people, collectively, we have been going through the shock of the hurricane. We were in shock, and things were happening left and right, and as a whole, as a people, we were punch drunk. Didn't know what was happening, didn't know how to react. We were too busy trying to survive, trying to get water, trying to get food, trying to get gasoline. And while we were noticing fishy things going on, there was nothing we can do because, as always, we're too busy trying to survive. But once those chats leaked, and everyone got to see, because everyone has a cell phone now. And some of them have data, and you can access the internet. Everybody got to see what had been going on. while people were suffering and while people were dying. So what I think is the best course in this video is for me to link the best, concise, shortest reviews and analysis, articles and videos that I've seen during the past week. So that if you're interested, the links will be down below and you can see for yourself. It's not going to take a long time. I haven't linked any trusts. I have certainly not linked, and I'm not going to link, the 800 pages of the chat. That's available anywhere. It can be Googled. Thanks to the Center for Investigative Journalism. That's why investigative, non-corporate affiliated journalism is so important, while local journalism is so important. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Our country is more united than ever before. It's ironic that it should be in July, which is when the United States invaded, when the farcical Commonwealth was imposed on us, and when the massacre of Cerro Maravilla occurred. All of these things happened in July, and this movement exploded in July. I am tired, and it is not even 6 o'clock in the morning. I've already been to 3 protests this week. There's another one later on tonight. There will be more during the weekend, and there's a big one coming on Monday, and there will be escalations, and hopefully peaceful ones, nonviolent ones, hopefully. But this is not going to stop until Ricardo Rosselló, the colonial administrator, the one right now, leaves his office. I personally, I myself, don't want to see him finish his term, because I don't want to pay him his lifetime pension, while pensioners here who get a pittance will have 10% of their pension taken. No, I refuse. So, Ricky, renuncia y llévate a la Junta. Take care, people. I hope to keep reading. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Cuídense mucho, mi gente. Gracias por todo el apoyo alrededor del mundo desde la diáspora. Really appreciate all the support from the diaspora all around the world, where Puerto Ricans have been forced to live. Thank you so much. Hasta pronto. Adiós.